Hello and welcome to a video that I feel needs to be made. Now, I'm happy with the changes that they have made to FIFA 18, but there are some really big issues with the fundamentals of the changes that they have incorporated into FIFA 18. These things need to be looked at immediately and hopefully they can be patched. I need you to share this video with everyone around the community because we need these things fixed in career mode. So the first thing I want to cover here is the new squad hub. Now, I thought this was a pretty good, it shows a sign that they've tried to do something here, something different with career mode, and I do appreciate that. But there are some significant flaws with it. I'm going to cover a few of those now. First and foremost, the goalkeeper stats aren't available for you in the squad hub. So if we take a look here at Petacek, we go across to his attributes. It's giving us all of his on-field sort of stats. If you scroll across, well, look, there's no goalkeeper stats. The only way you can get those is by backing out, going across to the actual team list, going down to Petacek, clicking on him for his details, and then you can actually physically scroll down and see what his goalkeeping abilities are. Why isn't it in the squad hub? Why is it, is it something that they just overlooked and didn't even think about? All right, the next thing I want to cover is statistic-wise. Let's have a look at Bayern here. So if we go through, and obviously he's got his pace, it's nice to see that they've implemented the ultimate team style sort of scenario there. But if we go across here and look at his physical and mental stats, there is two key stats that aren't on this list. On the physical side, it is strength. That is completely gone. You won't find that on any player. And in the mental, we're also missing vision. And when we go across to the technical side of things, we're missing out on penalties. So the only way you can get those statistics, once again, is to back out, head over to the actual lad in the team lineup, go into his details, and we can see there, okay, his strength is 62, his vision is 63, and 63 for penalties. So, I mean, did they just miss a couple of stats off there? I don't know. It just seems something hasn't been tested, and they haven't really looked at it properly. So, yeah, that is a really big issue as well. Now, another thing that I have found, last on FIFA 17, on previous titles, it would tell you if someone had recently joined the club. So if we go all the way down to, say, well, obviously Lacazette was a new transfer in, and it says that he's recently arrived from Olympique Lyon. But if you use a League 2 side or something like that, and they're recently joined the club, it doesn't say recently joined, it just says been there since 2017. I'll cover why this is important shortly. So that is another issue. The other thing I have found as well is you don't know how many players you actually have in your squad. Before, you could go to your transfer list and it would say that you had, 37 out of 52 players. There is nowhere to know how many players you have in your squad here without actually sitting here and physically counting every single one of them to know how many people are in your squad. That's a bit of an issue. Hopefully they can implement something there. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, should it? All right, the next thing I want to cover is this. If we look at the date here, it is the 3rd of January. The transfer window is open. It's 6 months into the season. And if I go into the squad hub once again, and I'll have a look around here. Now, so Kolasinac has recently arrived from Schalke. He arrived in the first transfer window. I should be able to loan him out, shouldn't I? But if I go in here, there is no option. I can't loan him out. I can't offer him for sale. There is no opportunity to do anything with this player other than keeping him on your list. Now, I've tested this out. Once you go into the next season, you do have the opportunity to transfer and loan, but as far as I can tell, if you bring anybody into your club in that season, basically that's it, they're stuck with you. So if you've got a hot young prospect that's 18, 19 years of age, maybe you want to bring in a Reece Oxford or something and then send him out on loan, you can't. You've got to play with him or just let him sit there and rot away on your own list for a season, and then you'll have the opportunity. Now, this is another really big issue with youth players. So you bring in a youth player from the youth academy because you like, oh no, he's a hot prospect, he's going to be a 94 overall, but at the moment he's only a 40. He's not going to get any game time whatsoever. The first thing you want to do is try and send that lad out on loan. Well, what have you got? No bloody options. Nothing. You can't do anything with him. He's just got to sit on your list and rot until the next season. Yeah, it's just something that's just desperately been overlooked. I think it needs a hot fix, some sort of patch just to get this involved, fix up the transfer window. I like what they've done with the game. I'm not having a grime about that kind of shit. But there's just a few small aspects of this that have been overlooked, and I think they need to be addressed. So that's all I really wanted to cover. Just be really careful with your transfers this year. Any players that you do bring in, you're going to be stuck with them. It's even free agents. You sign free agents at the start of the season. You can't flog them off in January and try and make some cash. You've got to wait until the following season before you can do anything with them, even a loan spell. So yeah, get this video, get it sharing around the community. This is really important. We need this addressed in career mode, or it just takes away a little bit. It's frustrating. So hopefully that helps you guys out and you're a little bit more wary of what's going on in the transfers and that kind of stuff. Maybe a bit more selective with the youth players that you bring in and the time that you bring them in. The issue with that though is if you let them sit in your youth academy and you don't have a lot of money, they're costing you $5,000 per player per month. So that all adds up. If you're a League 2 side and you want to leave them all there till, you know, June before you sign them all in, that's going to cost you a lot of moolah. So just something that I think needs to be addressed. Get this sharing, hit like, subscribe if you're new around here, and we will see you in another video. I'm Sparring DK, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.